and I cried. I sat next to my close friend. He hugged me, and I cried. Listen, if you're gonna hang out with somebody, make sure your actions make sense. Like, if you're gonna hang out with a friend, just hang out with a friend. Don't overstep those boundaries, because you never want to give mixed signals and just then act all surprised when the other person gets those signals and then gets confused. For example, you're gonna hang out with a friend, you don't go out giving smoochy smoochy, you don't hug their arm as you guys are walking, and especially you don't on their, you just don't. I think this has to be the biggest L of my life. Get comfy in your seats, because this is gonna be a long story, a long dramatic story. I don't know why it's so freaking dark. It's like the Netherlands. There's no such thing as sun. It's always rain, cloudy, and darkness. So this story starts out nice and easy. One of my homeboys, his girl was having a birthday party, and then he invited me and the boys to actually go to his party, or her party. And then I asked him, okay, fine, who's gonna be there?
Me, you, and
I should change his name.
it's gonna be me, you, and Doc.
So two of the homies basically. And then I told him, oh, okay, cool. Who else is gonna be there?
Oh no, we're the only 3 black people there.
We're the only 3 international people, meaning we're outnumbered. So then me and Doc, we grabbed the train, went to Amsterdam, and then grabbed another train in some suburban area in Amsterdam. And then we get to the party. At the party, there was 8 females and 8 guys, including the birthday girl. So we started doing what adults usually do at a party: alcohol. By the way, I'm gonna skip on the small, boring parts and just get to the parts that are important or are relevant to the story. So at a certain point, we started drinking and we started playing card games. And then there was this one girl that sat next to me on the couch. We'll call her Laura. Sure, let's go with that. She sat next to me and she kind of like leaned towards me and put her hand on my lap. Now listen, for any guy, this feels like a hint. I might be wrong on this, but can some female leave a comment and tell me if this wasn't a sign or not, please? I don't know. So at the end of the party, me and Doc had to go to the train station again, and it was pretty far. So Laura and her best friend, let's call her Jessica? Sure. So then Jessica gives us a ride, and at the station, I remember she gave me a hug, but she gave me one of those like tight squeeze and long hugs. And here's the problem. I'm a sucker for hugs. It's like one of my weaknesses, my full-blown kryptonite. And she just discovered it. So at this point, that's a danger zone. So then a few days go by and we're talking on Instagram, and then we plan on actually going out. And let's just say the texts were very flirtatious and very spicy, to say. If that in itself isn't a big hint, I don't know what is. I remember the day we went out. She gave me a smooch. When we walked, she kind of like hold my arm while we were walking, and she laughed at all my jokes. She already met one of my conditions for being a wife, that is being a female in itself, and now she's doing this to me. Fast forward a few days and we hang out again, but this time we end up at her house. Nothing happened, I swear. We literally just watched anime. That's it. But then I decided next time that we go out, she's gonna come to my place. That's how I function. I give the same energy you gave. We don't waste. So she comes to my place, we hang, and we just watch anime. I'm not even joking, that just happened, nothing else. I learned that sometimes you don't have to just rush the things, just let them go their good time, their easy time. So then we were talking, and she invited me to her up and coming costume party. Very easy rules. You're dressed, you show up, you're not dressed, you're not showing up. So I went as one of the characters um, of Peaky Blinders. Of course, on a budget. So the day rolls by, took a train, took a tram, and got there. And also, I told my homeboys, and especially Doc, because Doc was close in the area. So if anything, I planned on going to his place and gossip like a girl inside. So I got to the place, knocked on the front door, and I see these two like guys, these two guards from Squid Game open the door. We just stare at each other, and after a hot minute, one of them says,
What's the password?
"Look, I was raised in the hood." So then I stare at both of them and I say, red light, green light, and they let me in. And then as they let me in, one of the guys go, "Hey Alan, I didn't expect you to come here." And I turn around, confused, and I just do what I always do when I see a person that I don't know. I shook their hand. And then the guy goes,
Oh, it's me, Andy, from the first party. Remember?
and I realized he was one of the 8 guys at the first party. Coincidence? I think not. Later on, I saw Laura, and she kind of like gave me a hug, and that's it, which was like a slight red flag in the beginning. But I just thought she wasn't that much into PDA, so I'm like, sure, whatever. So then the party starts. A lot of people is coming by. Everybody started drinking, whatever, and we did what adults usually do at a party: alcohol. Later on, I catch myself talking with Jessica. I forgot to mention this, but Jessica is one of Laura's closest friend, if not her most closest friend, or her only closest friend. I don't know. And then we started talking, and then I told her, you know what? I think I kind of like Laura. And then she just laughs and walks off. That should have been a red flag instantly. I just shrugged it off, and then one of the other guys that was dressed up as Squid Game came to me, and then we started talking. At a certain point, we started talking, and then he says,
I think Andy has a thing with Laura.
"Oh, hmm, hmm." And then I said to myself, you know what? It's all cool. I'm not gonna fight for a girl. If it was my girl, that would have been a different situation. But she isn't, so I'm just gonna let him have it. Easy as that. We don't waste. As he tells me that, I kind of like turn around, like scan the area, and I see in the corner of my eye, I see Laura sitting on top of Andy's lap, and they're covered in a blanket. Cool. At a certain point, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna just head out and take a walk. So then I made my way towards the door, grabbed my boots, grabbed my coat, and wanted to go outside. Also, I kind of stumbled my way, not because I was drunk, it was because I was kind of drunk. And then I hear a voice like behind me say, "Where do you think you're going?" I turn around and I see Laura, and I just told her, "I'm just gonna head for a walk outside." She said to me, she says, "Oh, you're not going alone. I'm coming with you." And she walks off. So without a choice, I just put my boots, put my coats, put my hat. I just grabbed my scarf too. And wait a bit. I turn around and I see Andy, Jessica, the other guy for Squid Game, and Laura. I didn't know why I wanted to walk outside. I just wanted to walk outside. So we started walking, and I realized it was turning really cold. So then I turned around, and I kind of like gave Laura my scarf because it was getting really cold. Being a gentleman. Then we started walking. A few minutes go by, and then I realize everybody's walking really slow. So then I turn around, and I see Andy is wearing my scarf. So in my furious state, I walk towards Andy and I tell him, "Give me the scarf." "Wait, what?" "Give me the scarf now." Like, "Wait, what? What's happening?" Alan, tell me, like, give me the scarf right now. I'm not gonna say it for the fourth time. He gives me the scarf, I turn around, and I just walk. At that point, I didn't even care about anybody. We kind of like turn the corner and head back. So, as we turn the block, I see Laura hugging Andy's arm as they're walking. And I see Jessica with the other Squid Game guy, but nah. We get home, I grab my stuff, and I said, I'm going home. And then Laura stops me and she says, where are you going? I thought you were staying over. Nah, I ain't finna stay over. I'm going home. Well, there aren't any more trains running, and it's like 3 a.m. So you gotta sleep over. I said, sure. Where am I sleeping? Because I just want to go to bed. Oh, everybody's sleeping in my bed. You're sleeping here in the living room. Who's everyone? Andy, Jessica, and the other guy from Squid Game. At that point, I am extremely pissed. And I sent a text message to Doc saying, I'm done. I'm so done. I'm over. I'm done. The next morning I sleep, I wake up. I woke up at 6, grabbed my stuff, tried the front door, it was locked. And I tried the back door, that was also locked. And then I went back inside, and Laura catches me. She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I want to go home. I want to go home. Then we sat down in the living room and we kind of like started chatting a bit. And then she starts going off how she actually met everybody at the party. Steven I met at school. Stephanie I met at work. Jerome is one of my closest friends of childhood. And Andy is my cuddle buddy. And wait, hold up. Pause, rewind, fast forward. Did you just say he was your cuddle buddy? No, he is. I walked off. When I was going towards the station, I opened my phone and I see Doc just blowing up me with messages saying, what's going on, what's happening, call me, please message me right now. In hindsight, if you message somebody out of the blue, I'm done. I'm so done. I'm over. I'm done. I think that's a bad thing. So then I made my way towards Doc's place, and then I started telling him the story from everything from the beginning, from the first party till now. And midway, when I said Andy, he says, oh, I know Andy. He's a homeboy. He's a cool guy. Just wait. After I told him the story, Doc got extremely furious. Like, to the point that it was just straight up disrespectful. Like, to him, the most disrespectful thing out of everything is she straight up gave another guy my scarf. Who does that? And then we call one of our other homeboys from the first party that actually invited me, and we tell him everything. So then he says,
You realize how I didn't really like reacted towards this? Because I just found out about a minute ago.
what do you mean you just found out? And then he says,
Oh, my girl just told me just a minute ago. She just told me, yeah, they were cuddle buddies for a long time, and they actually saw each other after the party, after they dropped both of y'all.
and I cried. I sat next to my close friend. He hugged me, and I cried. Obviously, we stopped talking after that, and obviously, we stopped hanging out. I did realize every time we hanged out, it was me actually asking to hang out. Like, she never made a move to actually hang out. I don't know if I was too clingy. I don't know if I just was thinking way ahead of myself. I don't know. Or maybe this is just my punishment for losing the love of my life. I'll maybe make a video about that one day, but for now, I have a few more stories. I'll get to that maybe one day. Oh, and the reason I was kind of absent was because I was in LA visiting my best friend for a month, and that was pretty fun. That was really fun. and I also have a story about that, which I'm probably gonna talk about next. But till then, till next time. Oh, before I forget, I hope I see you next time. Bye.